here, Adria, my associate, and Alvin. And I'm located right across the bay in Tiburon, and I work with a lot of the Marin and also a lot of the agents here as well. And what I wanted to I'm so excited about bridge loans, and the reason I'm so excited about it is because it can really help you sell more homes. And if you can sell 1 or 2 more homes this year, wouldn't that be really exciting? Yeah. So let's see what I'll go through this quickly, and we're also happy to share the slide deck with anyone because it has a lot of information on it. But we'll go through it quickly. So we're just going to talk a little bit about what the bridge loan is and how it works. A little bit of pricing terms, the ideal bridge loan client and who it's not for, and a few situations where bridge loan works really well. We're not going to cover the success stories, we don't have time, but they're very interesting, and it might actually give you some light bulbs to figure out some situations that you can solve with a bridge loan. So what is a bridge loan? Well, it really helps people make a move. And that's how I want you to think about it, because what happens is a lot of people are really stuck in their homes because they have all their equity tied up. They don't have a liquid down payment. And what the bridge loan does, it is unlocks that equity. So what we do and how we're able to make that happen is move the equity from one property to another. And we do that with a cross-collateralized bridge loan. We put a loan on both of the properties, and often we can give the client 100% of the purchase price, sometimes even above 100% to pay for some of the bridge loan costs, maybe some mortgage interest. Maybe the client needs to fix up the property before you sell it with staging, repairs, whatever is needed. We have a client right now, they're in contract for $2 million. We're giving them a 2.15, so they can use that $150,000 to fix up the property. We can also do it as a one loan, and this works well for someone that wants to move out of state. I think this is going to come up actually more and more as our baby boomers are getting older, because they are sitting on a ton of equity, but a lot of them wants to move into a retirement home. Maybe they want to move to Arizona, Oregon. But this way, we can actually make that happen. And we just put a loan on their current home that they own. And then after the client closes on the property, then you will come in and sell that property for top dollars. And then our loan will be paid off with the sales proceeds. And any remaining balance will need to be refinanced into a traditional long-term mortgage. And we only do the short-term loans. We do not do the conventional loans at all. So we partner up with a lot of the mortgage banks. First Republic, Wells Fargo, B of A, you name it, we work with them all. I've been in the mortgage business for about 20 years, so, and only been doing bridge loans for about 4 or 5 years, and that's all we do. And as far as the pre-approval goes, this is important for you also, because you might have a client that walks through a property, if you're a listing agent, and the client says, I love this property, but how can I make it happen? Well, then think about the bridge loan, because we can get them pre-approved in less than 24 hours. Phone consultation, quick application, and then we do an internal valuation. Sometimes we can even make that happen in a couple of hours. It is an equity-based loan. There's no debt-to-income ratio that we run, so it is based on their equity, and that is it. Quick closing, this as well. So it can really compete with a lot of all-cash offers that you might be seeing in multiple offer situations, because we can close in 10 to 21 days. Sometimes we can even close in 3 to 5 days. My team hates me for it, but we can do it if you need it. And it mimics an all-cash offer. It is not an all-cash offer, and this is a misconception about the bridge loan, and I just want to clarify that, because it is not the client's funds yet. It is, these loans are funded by either private investors, mortgage funds, or a hedge fund. But when the client makes the offer, we confirm that the investor has the money ready to go, be wired into escrow 1 day before close of escrow, and that's how it mimics an all-cash offer. And no contingencies are needed because it's an equity-based loan. And just quickly, terms of pricing. You're gonna see this rate, 9%. That is a high rate. But keep in mind that this is an annual rate. The client only pays for as many days of interest as they use. Our average clients keeps the bridge loan for about 1 to 2 months. So that is a rate of around 1% that they're paying on the money. So isn't that worth it for them to be able to get into the house that they really want? Maybe, sometimes. And points are very straightforward. Our pricing is very, very just honest and upfront. The investor takes 50%, we take 50%, and the rest pays the key. Just a super quick example of the purchase price loan amount. In this case, we're giving the client 100% financing, and a cost of $1.5 million is about $40,000 to the client. That is not taking into account if there's tax deductions that are available, and if it's an owner-occupied home, the points are tax deductible, and our clients that are CPAs have verified that. But that's not taking that into consideration. But the question that your client has to answer is that, is this property worth $1.54 million? And that will allow them to only move once, be able to compete in a multiple offer situation, and not have to live through the buying and selling. And that gets the client out of the house so you can do your job, where you are an expert in, fixing up the property, selling it for the highest possible price. And a bridge loan is not for fear-based clients. It is not for first-time home buyers. And it is, a lot of people confuse it with a hard money loan. And the only similarity with a hard money loan is that we do have a private investor that funds the loan, but it is not to solve a distressed situation. It is for a client seeking an opportunity. It is someone that is financially savvy. It is for someone that is sophisticated, smart, that might want a quick close. And it is also for someone that have at least 50% of equity in their current home. That's a good number for you to think about. So if you see that, that's a good bridge loan candidate. And we're a solution. And a few situations where bridge loan works really well, like I mentioned, multiple offer situation. Clients can use this as their advantage and as leverage. And I think that this is going to come up more and more as our baby boomers, like I said, are aging, and also we're moving into the fall market. We've done more bridge loans in the fall market than usually we haven't done throughout the year. And the reason is because there's going to be some listings that have been sitting on the market for a while. And those listings, you might have had buyers that have been looking at those listings and said, I'm just going to take my time here. But the seller is starting to get desperate. So that is a perfect example for a bridge loan where they can come in, offer a quick close, 21 days, no contingencies, and just be done with it. And then downsizing, people upgrading to a bigger home. IPO clients, we can lend on a future vesting schedule. All banks need a 2-year history. So if you know a client that wants to buy, that has a vesting schedule coming due in about 6 months or so, we can give them a loan, and only on one property if that's necessary, as long as they make a 30% down payment. Settle divorce situation, settle trust situation, and a reverse 1031 exchange. We can vest in an LLC, no problem at all. This loan is really supposed to be tailored to be whatever your client is looking for. And this is it. So thank you again so much for